Hello everyone, this is Thomas Cheng for FunTech Innovation. We are back at another tutorial session. Today we're going to be talking about the Innex Cube, in particular the remote control of the Innex Cube. This unleash all the AI firmware capability of the Innex Cube, and let's get right to it. This is that remote control, and instead of showing myself, I like to show the camera so you can see exactly what's happening. So let me turn on the Innex Cube here. The moment you turn it on, you're going to see the AI logo. That means that the AI is actually working. So here is the camera itself, and I'm in AI dedicated focus mode. So let me resize the camera a little bit, move the cube, remote control over there. Everything is ready to go. All right, so let's take a look here. The remote control, this is the camera off and the microphone mute. So if I press that button right there, I'm going to turn off the camera. So the camera is off. At the same time, you will see the on-screen display showing you an icon that tells you the camera is off. I can also press the microphone mute button, and then the microphone is mute. Obviously, I'm not using the Cube's microphone for this video recording. That's why you can still hear me. But if you use this in the video conference call, the microphone will be turned off. To turn it back on, just press that again. Camera is back. The microphone is back. Okay, simple to use, right? Now, here are the AI icon and the manual icon. If I want to go into the manual mode, I'm right now in AI, right? So if I want to go into the manual mode, I press this right there, the manual icon, and notice I will go into the manual mode. I mean, manual conversation. If I want to go back to the AI, I press that. I'm back to AI. I'm in AI dedicated focus. So this allows you to go back and forth between AI and manual. Now, within the AI modes, there are actually 3 modes available. So how do I get to those 3 modes? I use this icon right here. This is the mode switch button. So I'm in AI right now. So if I press this, I'm actually going to be rotating through all the available modes within AI. I'm in AI stage. I press again. I go back to dedicated focus, auto framing, stage. Dedicated focus, auto framing, stage. Notice it doesn't take me back to the manual mode because in order for me to get there, I have to press the manual icon to tell the camera I actually want to have full control within the manual modes. So I press that, I'm now in manual. If I switch within manual, that's 360 degrees, so you see the entire room, 270 degrees, so I can change the width of the view angle, 180, 120, down to 90 degrees, especially as you can see, if I zoom in by narrowing the view angle, things become bigger and larger. And here is the remote control directional button. I can use it during manual mode if I want to pan to tell the camera to look at any direction I like it to look at, or up and down. So the directional button only works within the manual mode because in the manual mode, that's where I have full control of the camera. In the AI mode, the AI dictates where to see, who to see. In the manual mode, I'm in control. So the directional button allows me to do that. Okay, setting, this button right there. I press that, I get into the general setting. And there are actually 4 things available. The general setting, first one is ignore zone, then language, then anti-flicker, then about. Once you're in the setting page, you notice everything is actually intuitive and automatic. The session that I'm in right now is actually ignore zone setting. So that one is lit up. You see that white color, and the rest is grayed out. That's how you know where you're at. So within ignore zone, I can set an ignore area. So I'm telling the AI, if I set this ignore zone to ignore anyone or multiple people within that area that I ignored. Okay, now let's try to see how the ignore zone impact all the AI settings. First of all, I'm going to ignore myself. Start, finish, I'm in the ignore zone. So I'm telling the AI to ignore me in the following AI modes. So as I go back to AI, you'll notice that I'm gone. It's only showing Cecilia and Jackson. Going to auto framing,
only Cecilia and Jackson. I'm on the other side, not being shown. Going to stage, only Jackson is being focused on. Okay, so that's the effect of the ignore zone. If I stop ignoring myself, see, I'm no longer being ignored, and I go back to AI, I'm back. Go back to auto framing, I'm also in the frame now, and in stage, both me and Jackson are in stage, so we're both seen. So that's the impact of ignore zone. And I want to showcase one more features of the ignore zone and how they impact auto framing. So let me go into ignore again. And I'm going to ignore Cecilia. So I have created ignore zone on her. And notice if we go into dedicated focus, she's gone. And also going to auto framing, the side that she is on is actually being ignored. So we're telling the AI to basically frame us on the other side. So it framed us and you're seeing the TV right now. Otherwise, it would have framed the other way, showing Cecilia. So that's the impact and effect of ignore zone in the AI setting.
And of course, we can switch languages, change the frequency rate so we can match the exact power line frequency to reduce that flicker. And we have about, so basically you can see the product information, including the serial number, the firmware version, etc. And also you can have the option to restore factory setting if you want. And I can access the AI menu setting that I press the AI icon while I'm in AI mode. So I'm now in an AI mode, I press again. So in a sense, I double click, I will enter the AI setting. So here you'll see that on the screen, you'll be able to tell where you are. And these are all the available actions that you can do. And on the top is actually the 360-degree full view of the room. At the bottom is actually the effect or the preview of the AI effect down there. So whatever that shows up as a preview is going to be exactly the same in the live view. Let me go through the switches. I can press this and switch to the so-called AI auto framing mode. And notice that everything will change. The hint, the on-screen display will change as I press. If I press this, I move to the auto framing. And if I press again, I'll go into stage. So you can see that I'm rotating through different modes like that. Okay, so pay attention there. Stage, dedicated focus, auto framing, and stage. So I'm rotating through. Not only that, the preview changes, the on-screen display also changes. For example, in the stage area, it tells you that anyone within this orange box, orange area, is going to get tracked. All right, so anyone outside that orange area is not going to get tracked. So this stage area shows up right there. That's where your presenter are. And whoever that's over there will show up at the bottom 180 degree. So the on-screen display is actually useful because it tells you the exact situation within the room, so you know why and where you need to sit in order to be picked up by the AI. So within the AI mode, there's actually a tracking and track once options right there. Just use the remote control's directional up and down button to choose the one that you like. What is on tracking? On tracking is telling the AI to always track the individual. So whenever the individual moves within the room, AI will track that person. So for example, Jackson here is going to move to another seat. So as Jackson moves and sit down, you'll see that in this preview window, the AI is actually going to track Jackson. There you go. So the AI is always on tracking. However, in certain environment, on tracking is not the best because people might be walking in and out of the room. That might be other people that is passerby or might be in an open area. So you can actually choose to set the AI setting to track once. So when you do that, press the lower button, you will go to track once and press OK. Now you're in the track once mode. During track once, the AI is not going to move until you tell it to start tracking. So if Jackson moves to another location, can you go back to your original seat? Okay. So as Jackson remained there, as you can see from the 360 degree, you will see that Jackson has moved a seat and the AI is not doing anything. The reason why the AI is not tracking Jackson is because I have locked the AI to only be tracking when I tell it to. So in the track once mode, I can tell the AI to track by pressing OK. So let me press OK right now. See, Jackson appears in the preview. So how does that show up in live view? Let me go to a live view right now. So if Jackson, can you move a seat again? So notice that the AI is actually going to lock into the last frame position because that's when I told the AI to actually track. Now Jackson has left his seat. He's now at a different seat within the same room, but the AI is not doing anything until I ask it to track. So I press OK, and then it will scan, and Jackson will appear in video. I'd like to talk about stage mode a little bit. So I'm here in the stage mode, as you can see, but I'm not appearing in the middle of the stage mode. See, I'm on the side right there. The reason why I'm not in the middle, I like to show that to you in the AI setting. So let me go into the setting. You'll see that I'm actually at the edge of the stage. So within this orange box, orange frame right here, you see that I'm almost to the side, almost outside of the orange frame, which means I'm on the edge of the stage area, which is why I'm actually appearing at the side because there's no more room for the AI to move. So if I do this again, let me go to dedicated focus. And then if I actually switch a position, so let's say I move, and now I'm actually going to be at here. And then if I go into stage mode, you'll see that I appear right in the middle. So I appear in the center of the stage because that's actually where I am. When I was on the side of the stage, the AI couldn't put me in the middle because there's no more room. Well, notice that if I'm walking around on stage, before I walk outside the frame, the AI is not going to track. So it's going to keep a still shot. So this is the center of the stage. As long as I'm pacing back and forth within this area, it's actually not going to have an effect. The AI is not going to kick in. Until I actually move outside of the frame, then the AI will start to track me and readjust its positions, just enough to include me into the shot. The reason why the AI is not going to always put me in the middle is because if the AI always try to put me in the middle, then any small movement that I create, any small step that I walk is going to create a jumpy video because the AI is always trying to focus on me. And with one click, you go into the manual mode. Also in the manual mode, in the manual setting, you'll be able to have access to all the modes and read all the on-the-screen display hints and messages so you know how to properly use all these settings. As you can see right there, this is the one side of the conversation, the second side of the conversation. And notice that it breaks exactly right here, right? So this on-screen display actually shows you how the 360 degree is being separated into two sides of the table, 180 inch. So you know where your cameras should be positioning and how to achieve the result. At the same time, if you want to switch through those settings, you can actually switch to different mode and you'll see box changes and the preview also changes. You can also pan and you'll notice that the result reflects that pan immediately. Okay, so very simple to use on-screen display in the AI or the manual setting. Hey, that's it for today's training video. I'm Thomas Cheng for FunTech Innovations. Hopefully after this video, you will go pick up that remote control so you can have full access to the Cube feature. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for more.